Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So it's time for my 1 year post-op PRK eye surgery update. So it is actually 1 year today, February 18th. It's crazy to think that I actually went through with this, and it's also crazy to still wake up every single day and just be able to see. So after I had got this done, I know I posted a couple of updates, like maybe 1 month, maybe 3 months. I'm not sure how often. The aftercare, especially for the first couple months, it's a lot, and I don't want this video to be the type that's, talking you out of it. I just want it to be realistic and share my experience with it, because I don't want to say, oh, this was so great and there was no problems, and I obviously want to share so that you're not surprised in case you have similar situations if you actually get it done. If you have watched previous videos of mine where I was posting the updates, I might repeat myself, so I apologize. I feel like I just gotta give the overall 1 year experience, even if it was already talked about. And if you have any questions, I've tried to comment back to a lot of people on previous videos, but if there's anything else you're wondering that I don't talk about, then feel free to comment and I will try to get back to you. So before getting the surgery, I was wearing contacts every single day. The only time I would wear my glasses were at night usually. Even if I was staying home, I probably would have put my contacts in, just because I just really hated my glasses so much. I think I still even have maybe 1 or 2 of my contacts left. I was negative 4.00, negative 4.00. Compared to some people, I feel like that might not be high, but definitely when I was going in for my consultation and everything, they were definitely making me feel like I was a little blind. So I had said originally that I wanted to go through LASIK. It seemed like the easiest process, the least amount of aftercare. If I'm being 100% honest, I did not want to get PRK because before getting it, obviously the after, I can't really compare it to LASIK because I don't know what the LASIK aftercare was like. But just hearing and reading about PRK, it seemed like so much more work, and maybe it was. After the surgery, there's a contact lens or some sort of lens that they put. I guess it helps with the healing process, but with LASIK, I'm pretty sure you don't get that. I don't want to go this extra mile and have to get some lens and then I have to go back and get it taken off. You don't see it on your eye because I'm pretty sure it was a contact lens. I don't want to make this more complicated than it needs to be, so I would rather go with LASIK. Seems the easiest and best option. But then after going to the consultation, of course, I swear I can never have anything go for me. And I know that just made me sound kind of bratty. I didn't want to do the more difficult surgery, basically. Now, I'm not really sure for doctor purposes what they prefer. I think my doctor, pretty much he was telling me, maybe he also noticed other things that he didn't want to tell me. He recommended PRK though because of my eye shape and size. Apparently I have small eyes. So then we did schedule the appointment and everything, and it went fine. After the surgery, you're definitely going to feel a lot of pressure, kind of. It's not, I don't want to say it's necessarily painful. It might be, but you also have eye drops and stuff that are going to be soothing your eyes, but it's just, you don't typically have, at least I don't think most people have the feeling of pressure on your eyes. So it's something new, and it's kind of uncomfortable because you're just not used to it. Now the aftercare, the eye drops, my doctor wanted me to do warm compresses, which is a washcloth, and you just lay down and have just a warm towel on your face, on your eyes specifically. And then eye scrubs, basically to just make sure, for one, especially for me, that I don't have any makeup left. And really for the first couple weeks, maybe even the first month, I was really scared. I didn't put any mascara on because I didn't want to risk anything. Obviously now we've moved past that. And I'll have everything linked. I have it on my Benable on a list of my PRK must-haves. But these are just little towelettes, basically. Think of a little towel that you clean your glasses with, kind of. It's a little scrubby. It's really important to do that too, because after doing all of your medicated eye drops, your eyelashes get a little gross. You get a lot of the dried up medication, and you obviously have to get that off. Again, I was scared to really touch my eyes right after because I'm I don't want to undo the process. Even if you're just taking the warm compress and using it to just wipe off in between your eyelashes, just do something though to make sure that they're staying clean. I did continue with the warm compress and the eye scrubs for, I want to say, probably a good 6 months after. Maybe that's why for the most part I've had so far a really good result because I was on top of it and making sure that my eyes are really cared for, because I'm like, I did not just spend all this money to let this process and surgery go to waste. So I wanted to make sure I was getting my money's worth. So I was taking care of my eyes like they're my new little babies or something. Yeah, I mean, you can obviously continue doing that for as long as you want. I do still, every night I will take my mascara off, which I was really bad about that before getting the eye surgery. I would have mascara on all the time. I would sleep with it, and then the next day maybe just apply new over the old. So it's kind of gross when you think about it, but now I always take it off every single night because you'll definitely feel more. Your eyes are a lot more sensitive, so even like the littlest thing, it's a lot more uncomfortable now. As for my eyes being dry, they definitely do get dry throughout the day. You kind of just work your way up to trying to use eye drops less frequently. So when you first get the surgery, you're kind of applying eye drops all throughout the day. A year later, I'm applying eye drops once or twice a day. I'll say 2 times a day. Usually in the morning when I first wake up, because just from sleeping and everything, my eyes are just dry. And then probably at some point throughout the day, I'll do it again. For the most part, as long as you are keeping them hydrated, you should be good. I think the biggest con or downside of getting this is kind of just being outside. Hear me out on why I say this. I was never a sunglasses type of person. Like, I said this before, sunglasses to me were a hair accessory, so I would have them on my head all the time. I would be getting blinded by the sun, but my sunglasses are still gonna be up my head. After the surgery, you have no choice. Honestly, you have to wear sunglasses because you're not even gonna be able to open your eyes when you're outside. That's how serious it is. Your eyes are just so much more sensitive. They really can't handle how bright it is. So you do get like the special little LASIK sunglasses that you can wear, which I would recommend wearing them at least for the first couple weeks, and then you can go get your own sunglasses, but they have to be very particular and be the wraparound style. Definitely check with your doctor, make sure the sunglasses, if you are purchasing different ones, because that wound up happening with me and I wasn't careful and I didn't get ones that were like fully wraparound. So there was still sunlight that was able to come in through this way. So my doctor was like, yeah, get rid of those basically and to get something else. And you know, now that I'm thinking about what I just said, going outside isn't bad during the daytime as long as you have the sunglasses. As long as you got your little dark tinted sunglasses, you're fine. Nighttime honestly might be a little worse than daytime. And there's actually another type of extra add-on that you can get, at least that my doctor was offering, that deals with car lights and stuff. And he was like, if you see a halo or something, I guess adding this into the surgery can prevent that. And at first I was gonna add it, but it was like an extra, I want to say it was like an extra $1,000. And I'm like, okay, I really don't drive at night that much to begin with. I think I'll be okay, I'll manage. I don't really know how to describe it. I think definitely the bright lights can sometimes be a little bit too much. So my recommendation for that, more than anything, I think my eyes just get like, they get irritated, but I think a lot of the time they just need to be more like hydrated. And nowadays, I really can't even tell if this person has their high beams on or if that's just like their natural car light. They're all just so bright. And I'm not gonna lie, I did try wearing sunglasses at night, but I'm like, wait, now my sunglasses are too dark. It's way too dark out. I think this is a little dangerous. Both of those situations, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I regret getting this done. It's not that serious to me. And I think another thing, I definitely will get headaches from my eyes. They're just feeling overstrained, and you can feel when your eyes are getting too strained. But usually if I start feeling my eye headache, then I try to take something right away because it eventually probably will turn into a migraine. But it's not that often that it really like affects my daily life. But also I definitely try to not be on my computer all day long or like doing things that I know can set them off basically. And even after I first got the surgery, definitely limiting my screen time, which I think is really important. And I mean, you can also get the blue light blocking glasses as well. You kind of just have to work your way up after you get the surgery. If you're into video games or maybe playing The Sims, don't be on your computer for 8 hours straight. Take breaks. If you are doing the warm compresses, you could do that in between. I know some people obviously have to be on their computer for work, just kind of limit your screen time as much as possible. I feel like that's just the main things, like just going outside with the sunglasses, the bright lights. Now, I was supposed to go back to my doctor, I think last month actually, but like after the surgery, the assistant was a little weird and like didn't really want to schedule an appointment for me. But I don't really know what he would do at the checkup. I think a lot of doctors, they do offer a retouch, I'm pretty sure is what they call. So maybe in a couple years, if you feel that your vision might be not necessarily getting bad, but might not be as crisp as it was at the beginning, I guess you can get that retouched. I didn't pay for that because that was, I don't know, like the prices are kind of ridiculous. I want to say it was like, do I want to say that it was $1,300 for the retouch? Okay, but the only reason I didn't go and purchase this retouch, and if I do decide to eventually want to get them retouched, I guess I have to pay like the full price once again, which is kind of crazy. The reason I didn't also want to pay for that was because how do I know that I'm going to need them retouched in a couple years? I don't know. Like, I would rather see where it goes. It's like, what happens if I don't need them retouched for 10 years and then I paid for that? Because it's not like, oh yeah, I'll pay when I get them retouched. Like, you had to pay right then and there when you're paying for the original surgery. But it's like 10 years from now, this doctor might not even be doing this anymore. So this isn't really an investment that I think I want to spend money on right now. It does make me a little nervous. I don't really know what could happen in a couple years from now. I mean, right now, it feels great. I love being able to see. Like, it's honestly just such an amazing feeling. I honestly can't believe it sometimes. Like, it just makes me so happy. And I'll link down below my other videos because I went more in depth of like what I was doing. And even after the surgery, I had filmed and I was like wearing my goggles in case you want to watch more of the process. I didn't film it happening or anything like that, but I did film the before and the after. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. And all I'm gonna say is if you're thinking about doing it, I would definitely recommend it. If you do decide to go through with it, come back and let me know how it went. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.